Yo, what's up? We're gonna make a dark trap beat today. Simple as it. His genre is mainly like dependent on FL Studio because of the sounds that it uses. A lot of them are just like default FL Studio VSTs, but you can dig into like other things like Xenology and expand in MS-20 and like Wave Station if you have that. But I'm gonna try to mainly dance around Citrus today just because it has the most presets that you've probably heard in other dark trap songs. So first things first is gonna be some sort of pad. A lot of the pads are pretty rinsed at this point. Like if you hit any of the pads in Citrus, you've probably heard it in another dark trap song. So I'll just find whatever and see if I could lay anything down. So what I basically did here for this melody is I went into the Phrygian scale. I did G Phrygian, and I just kind of riffed on my keyboard. If you go up to the top of FL Studio and you see this thing that looks like a keyboard in an MPC, just say typing keyboard to piano keyboard, and you right click that, you can choose the key and the scale and the octave. And that will make it so whenever you press the letter keys on your keyboard into the piano roll, you only hit keys in the selected scale. So that makes it really easy to just kind of riff something off the top and just play anything, and like it's pretty much going to be in scale. So I just laid out some chords and did a little bit of extra stuff to kind of flesh it out a little more. We're gonna go right back into Citrus and just look for another stereotypical dark trap sound. There's a couple that I'm gonna name drop just because everyone fucking uses these. Under the short synth tab, there's gonna be Hyper Resonant 3, 4, and 2. A lot of people use these as like bass and stuff. They don't really use 2 a lot, but they use 3 and 4 a lot. So you can kind of play around with these and see how it works out. Yeah, so a lot of dark trap I feel like is just layering. I'm gonna use this as the bass. And then I'm actually gonna go into O-Gun this time and pull out another bass, which is good. So in O-Gun, there's a sound, or there's a couple sounds under the pad section named like pad 5, pad 6. Any of these pads are like also stereotypical like dark trap like. You've probably heard all these in like crook beats and like loko beats. In a lot of dark trap beats, I feel like you can just layer a ton of bass sounds, and it kind of comes out pretty decent. Now I'm gonna try to find I can't remember the name of this sound, so I'm gonna have to dig for it. It's like a high sine wave kind of sound that a lot of people use. I think it's Square Purity under short synth. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people use a Square Purity preset. I kind of leave it on the 2. I put a lower note with this like lead just to kind of get more of a groove to it. Now I'm gonna look for maybe something else that like you can layer as a bass, because there's like a growl sound that I heard a couple times. It's pretty good. I think it might be Dark Tritosh under experimental. pretty simple. I just held one note to give more of like a bottom. Now I'm gonna try to add more of like melodic type stuff. So I'm just gonna try to riff on my keyboard and see if I could come up with anything that kind of gives the beat more than just like this ambience we got going on. So I just left this little riff on top of it. I raised the octave a little bit just so it's not as muddy and it's not mashing with everything else. So I feel like we've got a lot of melody already done, so I'm going to split that by channel, just right-clicking it in the arrangement and hitting split by channel. So that leaves us with a pattern for all of the... I don't know why I can't select these all right now, this is weird. But it leaves you the whole pattern that we just made as different stems so that we can use this in the arrangement and cut some things out that we don't want. I'm going to start in the beginning just removing the lead and that bass that we put down so that there's less stuff going on the intro, so whenever the hook comes around we can add more things in and have it feel more impactful. So, since we're in the key of G, I'm actually going to transpose it to something that's not G, because G, whenever you lay down an 808, it's really hit or miss on if it's going to be too muddy or too... Use the master pitch knob at the top, actually, because whenever you use VSTs that are native to FL Studio, like things you didn't download, things that come with it, you're able to change the master pitch knob, and it will change the key of what you laid down. In piano roll, it's still gonna be on G, but if I turn it up 5, it's gonna be C. I'm actually gonna go down 2 so that we're at A sharp. So with the drums, you can honestly use any trap drum kit for this. Like nothing. You could do whatever. A lot of people use this drum kit named Dark Trap, Cybertrap. I don't know, I can't remember where I got this kit from, but I know a lot of people have this. It does have like a lot of the sounds that are dark trap sounds. If I can find a link to the download for this, I'll put it in the description or in the comments. The crook snare is the one thing that like I think everybody loves in this kit just because it's pretty accurate. The good thing about this kit is that it actually comes with mixer presets for the 808s and like flangers and stuff. I actually don't use a lot of these, but it comes with the preset that they use to make this crook snare. I'm gonna just put it on the snare actually and hope that it works. After you lay down these snares, you can just go into any hi-hat. Doesn't really matter, they all kind of sound the same. And just lay down like a normal hat pattern. Alright. So once you have that down, the 808s are pretty simple. They're basically just Luger 808s, which aren't really that special. You can pretty much find them in any trap drum kit. You don't even need a dark trap drum kit. With these Luger 808s, I like to put like sausage fat or just a little bit of any distortion on it, just to kind of give it more presence. Yeah, So there's not really a lot you need to do to finish a dark trap beat. It's just kind of, it all depends on how you make the melody. That's about it. It's all just about using the kind of futuristic, like what the 90s thought the future of music sounded like type sounds in Citrus, Ogun. Anything FL Studio comes with, there's a lot of VSTs that fit the book, such as like Toxic, Biohazard even. Other than that, that's all you gotta do. Here's the beat.
George, sir.